Essentially what Delight loves to play in the support role, and it's very good into what they're showing.
Well, it's great into what they're showing. It's also the combo with Azir, again, is one that we used to see all the time last year because of the wall. With the level up for Zeus, though. Trade's still not too bad.
Look at this timing.
Dude, he's in!
Oh, he's so baited by this. He does have his flash, but red buff Xinjiao level 3.
There's no way.
And there's the knock-up, although, yep, the follow flash, and now Dudu in a lot of trouble, and they even get the kill over to Zeus. Just insult to injury, as he didn't even go to the bottom side jungle. He just cleared out the top side and went straight top.
And here we see exactly what I was talking about. The fact that Zeus had that prio, got the crash in, meant that he can roam towards the mid lane here. We'll have to go back to catch this wave, so it does mean that Peanut can only get a single one, and that is courtesy of Berserker and Life. Well done there. Have the prio on top side, meaning that only a single grub will go over the Hanwha.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion and interviews after the games last week by Hanwha Life Esports talking about how they've really put a bunch of time into how they want to play around the grubs. More members of DNF are going to group up and take the dragon, and Hanwha Life Esports just say, you can have it. It's fine.
I'm going to contest it. There is also a very valid way of arguing here for Hanwha Life, which is we don't really need to do too much early. Giving up one Drake definitely isn't going to be too big a deal. For the tempo ult into base so you can buy plated steel caps, you know the lane's not going too hot.
Yeah, he's not really enjoying himself up there, is he? Peanut was able to get all 3 grubs, by the way, so that is 4 grubs now for the team. I mean,
not a thing.
As an American, it's not crazy for me, as there was a big campaign for a lot of us to do that as well. For the calcium. This dive is going to be huge, as the flash is fantastic though for Bulldog, but the knockup is even better from Delight. Just makes him look silly under the turret. He uses flash and Spirit Rush and still dies.
Oh, how can play? If that was just Delight, he actually outplayed that, and we'll see. Yoshik might get the... Can he get it off? Oh, just out of range.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, that was actually, I think, as well played by Bulldog as it could be, but the fact that Viper was there is a big deal. You know, Bulldog ended up dying, but I actually think that that stall is a big deal, plus the fact that Viper had to invest his ultimate and still ended up, even though it was getting executed, that's 2 dragons.
Ooh.
And Infernal, that's one of the ways where I do see that the Freecs actually get a lot more longevity. The side lane situation, though, is getting increasingly worrying, with now Zaka also approaching a 1k gold lead, and Zeus already floating around that for a good amount of time. Yeah. And they used Peanut, and Viper didn't have his. So I think that they wanted to gamble, could have taken the opening there, but with that second Drake, things not quite as dire.
Yeah, the 2 Drakes definitely going to be good. And it's good that they've got a couple of stacks and that they rolled a good soul. But this could also really backfire. If you're falling really far behind on gold this early on, summon it over the wall. Like, that's still a thing.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. Delays the charge by 0.05 seconds.
Oh, Life found out.
Yeah, Life is seen here. He is recon with flash. I would imagine that eventually he just, dashes away. But it's still a full mid turret. And so now they've got 2 turrets ahead.
Or... yeah.
Yeah, I mean... You know, they have their Corki. He just finished his Manamune.
True.
But it's not stacked.
No.
And it's decently far away as well, so he's not going to have that on time for the Infernal Drake fight.
We'll see. Bulldog, obviously not sitting on his 200 spikes, very far behind, but it's going to TP in fresh. I think the Freecs actually take control here of the river.
Yeah. Shock Blast missing as well. The poke going better for DNF, even with the super fed Jace at this point in time. And might just come down to a flip at this point. So Peanut is in the pit, is now looking for the engage. Not going to hit Pyosik, but the smite still goes to Peanut. Life goes in, but just dies immediately, as that is not the engage you were looking for. Pyosik is burning, and he's just barely going to survive. But again, DNF, it's not a huge amount of deaths, but they lose the Infernal Soul point.
Yeah. Did not enjoy it.
We do have a lot of haters here on our team. So yeah, this isn't the most exciting game of League of Legends. This is really a thinking man's game, because Hanwha Life Esports have 3 kills, and it feels like the game is over.
Everyone can watch T1 Gen G and be like, oh man, and it was, you know, arguably.
Not every day is going to be the best day ever.
No, sometimes you just clock in, have an honest day of work.
You go home, you're like, huh, that was the day.
I will not remember this date.
I enjoyed my time decently. So they're just going to take the Otacon, and DNF say, okay, you can have it. And now they're running away. We'll see how successful that is. As Zeus is frontlining, and he's chasing it, get away from him. He just keeps doing flips in their face. And they're just running away. It's the third time he's got that. No! What happened to Berserker? Where did he go? And he's going to withdraw, sure, but it's 2 kills for Hanwha Life. And that should be a second Drake as well if they'd like, but they might as well take the Baron instead.
Build a 2K gold lead, you flash into their faces. Oh, just give him just give him the dragon!
Oh, they're not allowed to
give him
this.
something!
They're not allowed to have this. Honestly, they shouldn't have even tried. Like, there's no world in which Hanwha Life let them have Infernal Soul Point.
Well, Bulldog is able to TP out. Does not lose to the Grump like some legends before him.
Multiple legends.
I still miss you, dude.
Yeah.
How little Zeus cares. This is a level 9 Rakan and a level 14 Neferi, and he has the buff.
Berserker, watch his health bar.
He's flashing on top of him!
How do you even react to that?
Telling her about Hanwha Life, because all you want is action. You know, that's what you think. But then they give you the action, and it kind of hurts.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh no, I gotta look away. And it's another reminder that the best LCK game is one where there is as little action as possible.
Exactly. Violence is not the answer, ladies and gentlemen. We're just gonna never mind. Quick. We're just gonna end them immediately. Although that's a lot of damage from Bulldog as he nearly dies. Reminder: they still have the Otacon buff here, but yeah, they're just playing very, very aggressively because they do not care. 11,000 golden lead. The one guy who doesn't have the Otacon buff is the Jace. Zeka goes in. Even Delight is sending it into 2 people as the Otacon buff is no longer around. And Hanwha Life are like, oh, maybe we should back away. And that they will.
Saying that.
Yeah.
That never happens.
It's the strongest item in the game. It's a lot more expensive nowadays, but it's still the strongest. Delight is sending it into 4 people because I guess why not? You know, this is how teams get back into games, by the way. Just make enough mistakes like this, the answer.
We're playing League of Legends, you know? Like, they're gonna have to take down the Nexus eventually. Unless...
Yeah. In League of Legends. Oh, Blast Cone, the disengaged cone denied. We might actually have some action. Peanut in a bit of trouble. He is quite tanky, but he will be taking out the TP as well. Utilized, but it doesn't really get anything. And that's just going to be another Infernal Drake over to Hanwha Life Esports. Especially with 2 inhibitors still down. They really can't reliably leave their base after a fight like that.
Maybe it's about resilience.
You mean the message that Hanwha Life is trying to send?
We need to find out what they mean by this.
Yeah, what do they mean by this? Look at the damage here to the Baron. Pioshik trying to get in, but he's just denied by Steadfast Presence the whole way. And he's not even going to try to like flash and ult into that one. They didn't quite have the vision to get in. There's still a chance as long as the Nexus is alive. That's what I've learned from this game. I think Hanwha Life Esports are trying to give us that lesson.
It's a lot of layers, certainly.
Yeah. We're trying to get in onto the Jace. That is a lot of flashes, but immediately Peanut comes in like the hero and says, get down, Mr. Zeus. And now we've got the engage coming in. Nice Zhonya's from Bulldog. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, though. Viper in the base, just taking everybody down. He does get extremely low, though, as Pioshik doing an incredible amount of damage with Berserker. But unfortunately, they lost whatever front line they had as in goes Delight, and he's got Viper for the backup. Zeka face checks the brush, still wins the fight, and Pioshik will live with his dogs, but that is not going to be enough to save his Nexus, as Game 1 will go to Hanwha Life Esports in enough time.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.